Time for the smash off with Thor's hammer. Is it going to be Thor's hammer or is it going to be Loki? We have Skucey 67 with a double label. One on the back, one on the front. Not a Marisotta. This one, interestingly, well for me, is a Munich malt, which is the same as I've used in mine. Skucey's gone for Northern Brewer hop, and it's come out at 5.3%. And as you can see, the label survived the water damage that some of the other ones did not. And he's used the Crown Cap pet bottles, which I have got some, but I haven't got the Crown Capper to do them. But he's got one of his own Crown Caps, which was one of the ones Zippy sent out to a bunch of us. We had our custom caps made. So let's see what's inside. Hopefully this isn't going to be as lively as last night's. Could be the temps are blowing these up a bit. Okay, we're safe to proceed. It has been defused. Still got plenty of carbonation. Hopefully I won't over pour this one. Been caught out on a few. Give them an aggressive pour. And it comes back and shoots you in the face, like this one just did. I don't want to chill them because that's obviously unfair to the ones that have already been judged. Try maintain that. A little bit sticky. As you can see, it's got a good head. There is a malty aroma. One that I recognise. That's a fairly rocky head, so that's going to go down. Reasonably clear, a little bit haze. But I think obviously that's pretty much a given with a smash beer. That I don't know whether Skucey dry hopped these as well, or whether he just done the hops on the boil. I think he done a little bit of caramelisation as well. Although it's not overly dark. I don't know how it comes up on the camera. But, yeah, it's calming down now. Let's go in for the... Not getting loads of hop aroma. It's more the malt. Sweet malt, caramel smell. Not much else. See what we've still got in the bottle. More of a bitter smell, if there's such a thing, but there is. Oh, we've got slightly brown tinge to the cap as well. Still got the cap holding. Carbonation, not a huge amount now. There's still a few streams coming up. So we'll go as usual. I'll combine the aroma with getting down the beer a little bit to give it a fair crack. We'll degas it a little bit so we make some headspace in the glass. Wow, she's bitter. Bit of a twang to it from the bitterness. Notice that on the smell in the bottle. Very, very. It leaves a coating in your mouth. It's a little bit thin for something that's been reduced down. It's nice, light carbonation. But I'll get down it a little bit and come back to you with thoughts and conclusion. Yeah, we're back. We had a... Oh well, we've not down it much further, but I like to take little sips and keep them over the tongue and roll them around the mouth to get a flavouring for it. It's surprising actually, visually there's not much carbonation going on, there's just a very few lines of bubbles, but when you put it in your mouth it's still a release. But yeah, there's a distinct bitterness, almost coats your mouth. The beer itself is not, feels a bit thin and watery slightly, but the hop sort of counteracts that. There's a little alcohol twang to it, unless it's the malt, the way that malt does, because I can sort of, having used this malt myself, I can see some of the flavour notes. I think this would, added to some wheat malt, make a nice Weizen with the Northern Brewer as a bitter and hop. It's not overly bitter, but it's that sort of refreshing bitterness. Very, very slight. I think they describe it as a resinous, but it's only just there. There's more of sort of a spice herb type flavour. They're all bitter, you know, flat flavours. They're not zesty, zingy, citrus, nothing uplifting. They're all moot, sort of downtone flavours. Not disagreeable, but it works, but not probably. I don't know. There should be. I mean, obviously we're talking smash. You only got the one hop, but what you'd need is this hop and then something that gives you more flavour and aroma, and use this as the background and the bitterness hop, and giving you those after flavours. Still getting sort of the I suppose it's a herbally bitter smell, which I've noticed on some. So let's get on to the scoring, please. I'll come around this way so they keep telling me bloody about. Right, well, appearance still about the same. Nothing's really changed. Not as hazy as some. Allowing, obviously, we did have a little upset from the bottle fizz. So we'll 3 on appearance. Aroma. Obviously it's not as strong as some, but more prominent than others. So again, I'll go a 3 on aroma. Flavour. There's quite a bit of flavour to it. It's more hop than malt, which is quite tough with this malt. It is. I mean, I've spoken more about the hop than the malt, but there is sort of almost like a dark sugary sweetness that you get if you've done a kick beer with like muscovado sugars or something, or treacles, and you get that residual taste. And you get that with Munich malt. So you can taste the malts and the hop. It's slightly, I suppose, it's more on the bitter side than it is on flavour. Obviously Northern Brewer is a bitter in hop anyway. So there's more bitter in hop than there is malt to counteract it. That being said, it's not a case of whether it's, you know, a 60-40. It's there, there's the flavours there, so maybe it's me, I like this sort of strong malt. So I'm going to go for a 7. Hop and grain combo. That's a German hop, a German malt. Can't all be wrong, can it? So I'm going to go 3.5 on the combination. So we have got 10, 13, 16 and a half for this one. Right. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beer and maybe a few more later on. See you all on the next one. Cheers. Thanks, Skucey.